What up, Javon? What up? No, to be honest, I decided to do this while I'm doing a what do you call that? Damn, you know, fantasy draft. I have 2 fantasy drafts today. So I'm trying to work on that while we do a live stream. Figure, why not? Okay, so let me see here. Fantasy home. Make the draft this bad boy. Beatdown crew, what up, man? Jay Will, what's up, guys? Okay, so I need to. Yo, what up, guys? And we gotta do some calls today. I need to pull my 53-man roster thing that I have. Hold on, give me a quick second, cause I did do some homework. Let me see here. 53 man. There it is. Here it is. Yeah, that looks about right. What up, guys? Okay, so this is not gonna be a super long stream. I do gonna get some phone calls. Let me know if audio sounds good. Since this thing changed, my software changed how they do their thing. And like I said, I'm in the middle of a draft. Here I am, pick number 9, with a bunch of people talking trash as we're doing some pickups. Okay, shout out to Nancy, my wife. Love you, baby. I'm pick number 9. I had 2 drafts today, so I might get you guys some, for you guys to give me some inputs. Mohammed, what up, guys? Hopefully most of you watched the video yesterday. The video was super fun. It was something that you guys can expect during the season, not with the 4 of them, but I'm trying right now with a guy from Miami to have a behind enemy lines with podcaster from Miami, and then so on with all the other ones. But okay, as we're gonna go put questions you guys have. Like I said, this is gonna be a live stream that is gonna be about an hour. Yesterday I was here for 2 hours, so it was a long one. Okay, so let me ask you for your fantasies experts. I'm next pick, and I'm between Nick Chubb and Ezekiel Elliott and DeAndre Hopkins. A guy is picking before me. You tell me, what do you guys? I'm thinking DeAndre, unless they don't pick Chubb. If they don't pick Chubb, I might go with Chubb, and then DeAndre. We'll see. Leha for sure. Okay, so let's see what he picks, because the guy is still RB. That's what I'm thinking. RB, right? That's what I'm thinking. Let me see. I don't have a capture display for you guys to see this thing. Anyway, I'm gonna be all over the place, so I do apologize if you have. Oh look, who did the guy pick? He picked Chubb. He did pick Chubb. I don't know about picking Zeke right now, so I'm gonna go with DeAndre Hopkins. I'm just gonna do it. Next pick, we'll see who's there. I might take David Johnson. Dalvin Cook. I like Dalvin Cook. What do you guys think about Dalvin Cook? Anyway, so hopefully you guys saw the draft yesterday. And if you saw it, good. I thought it was fun. Let me mute this. I thought it was insightful. I lost my voice trying to defend why the Ravens are going to be good. Yes, I went with the DeAndre Hopkins. So I'm excited with that pick. Anyway, so like I said, hopefully you guys saw that. So today we're going to do some phone calls. But before we do the phone calls, I want to make sure we do the 53-man roster. because I would like to see what do you guys think about the 53. It's your turn to draft. Okay, turn to draft again. David Johnson, Connor, or Davin Cook. What do you guys think? I'm between those three RBs. David Johnson. I'm scared of the line. James Conner or Davin Cook. Who would you guys pick? Yeah, I mean, the guy got Zeke and Julio Jones, the guy that was in front of me. I would like to pick an RB. Davin Cook all day. Connor. Oh, man. I'm torn. I'm very torn. Oh, man. I don't even know what to do. Davin Cook, Connor. I got two Connors. Connor has to, yeah, you're right. I'm gonna work Connor. I hate drafting squealers, but whatever. I got him. I got Connor. Okay, so how do you like your draft from Sunday? I like my draft. Let me guys. This is for those of you that are not in our league. Let me pull that. I'm gonna tell you how did my team look, because it was funny. Hold on. This thing is acting up. Okay, I see. Maybe it's Steelers. Okay, so look at my draft. I was the last pick and then a 12-man league. So remember that. Patty Mahomes, Julio Jones, Alshon Jeffries, Davin Cook, Fournette, Mark Andrews, our boy, and more for the Panthers. D.D. Westbrook, Penny, the running back from Seattle, Sanders, Singletary, running back from Buffalo, Carr as the backup quarterback, and I have Marquise Brown, Hollywood. I had the Giants kicker, whatever, and then the Eagles defense. That's what I'm going with. In our, that's what the one that Noob was in. Coach, we have a couple of our guys there. Let me see here. I don't know why Noob's in our league invited 12 teams. I had 12 in our league too. It's just, the thing is, Andrew, a lot of people kept asking, to join the league, and we were just trying to be accommodating. I didn't want to open a second league, so I just opened it to 12 and then stopped it there. Anyway, let's talk about this 53-man roster as we, where is my 53? There it is, 53. Okay, so let's start with the easiest thing, right? I know 10 is the perfect number. I agree with you. Okay, so quarterback. And as I go, you let me know what you guys think, right? Quarterback, easy. Lamar Jackson, RG3. And I think McSorley currently made the roster. He squeaked by. I think McSorley will be in this. I think he will be in the roster. And then we go into the RBs. And in the RBs, I see Ingram and Edwards and Hill. And that's where it stops for me. Now, I don't think Dixon will make the team. I don't think Dixon is going to get traded. I think Dixon's going to be a cut. Fullback, Ricard, I think he has made it not only on the fullback side, on the defensive side, defensive depth. I think Ricard is making this team. Okay, so we go now wide receiver. So I have Browns, DeAndre Hopkins, look at me. Boykins, I have Moore, I have Snead. My 4. 5th, Jaleel Scott. 6th, I think Michael Floyd, because Seth Roberts has been injured. I have to nudge it to Floyd. I think Wesley, even though he looked good in practice, he hasn't done anything to put him over the top unless he comes and kills it in week 4. I think Wesley and Scott are right now working that 6th spot in Floyd. And of all 3, I think actually Floyd has looked a little bit better than the other 2. So that's what I have. So left tackle, or my line is Stanley, Illuminor, Skura, Yanda, Brown, Hurst, Powers, and Bozeman. I have us having 8 linemen. So I think we are probably not going to IR Wesley. I think where it's going to happen is he's going to go to the practice squad. I don't think he has shown enough that a team's like, oh my God, that guy, as soon as the Ravens drop him, I'm going to bring him in. as part of the 53, because it's not like, well, in theory Wesley can say like, no, I don't want to be with that team, I want to be with other teams' practice squad. But if somebody picks him up, it's because they're going with the active roster. Say Wesley has looked fairly good, the team probably is gonna tell him like, yo, you're gonna be you have been developing, next year's what we're hoping, so stay with the team and you probably next year gonna get your notch. Especially if you think about Floyd has injury history. Scott last year missed the whole year. He might come back up this year. So let me see here. Javon B says Robert still makes the team. I think he might. I think if he's healthy, he is. But I think right now, if he's still unhealthy, they might just put him in the pop and put Floyd for now. And then when Scott, Roberts comes up, then whoever's not playing well, that person gets dropped. Okay, so let me see here. I have another draft at 8:30, so hopefully you guys can remind me. So next team, the Evo Spaz. What up, man? Thank you for joining. What up, the B word? What up, man? Thank you for joining. I was watching the podcast from last night, and it seems that like they know nothing about our young LBs. They know yeah, exactly. That's what I told him at the end. You know, you'll see. RL, what up, man? So Corey, what's up, guys? Okay, so that's my line. That's my old line. And then on the tight ends, no surprise, Hurst, Andrew, and Boyd. I think our offense doesn't have a lot of surprise. Yes, that bubble receiver. Tomorrow's game, that's where it's gonna be important. Wesley flashes, it might take the position over Scott, or Scott and Wesley, they might take it over Floyd. If Floyd plays well, we'll see. That's where it is right now. What up, Raven76B more? By the way, Raven76B more, I tried to join your Florida team or your Florida group and asked them like, hey, can I join? I want to share my videos with you guys, and they say, nah, we don't need you, which is all fine. It's all fine. Yeah, thank you, Ravens B. What the B were 52. I thought it was good. It was just in some. There was a point that I was battling 3 guys at the same time. Yeah, and that's okay, Raven 76 B more. That's okay. I don't care. I respect if that's what they wanted. I didn't want to intrude. So, Danny Desmond, what up, man? Thank you for joining. Yeah, that's okay, Coach. So after here, go check out Coach. Coach, you can check my 53 and then say like, yo, Sony's 53, that was trash. And guys, by the way, there's something brewing for next Monday. Next Monday is gonna be another big collab. Stay tuned. I'm gonna put a promo like I did last week. Okay. Anyway, I'm all over the place today. But defensive tackle, I have William and Henry. Nose tackle, Pierce and Mack. Defensive end, Wormley and Zeiler. I don't think, and I know this is Coach's boy, I don't think Willis has done enough for me to put him in. My 53 man. He's one of those that is gonna get a phantom injury, as is Iman Marshall. I don't have him in my 53. So, and now we go with outside linebackers: Judah, McPhee, Bowser, William, and Ferguson. Shane Ray ain't making this team. He has shown me nothing. He has shown me literally nothing. So this is my 5 outside backers. Again, Judah, McPhee, Bowser, Williams, and Ferguson. Now I go with the middle linebackers. By the way, this is why I hate being the last pick or the next to last. Haven't picked in a while. It's just guys here going left and right. Okay. Anyway, I digress. Ooh, Antonio Brown's there for the taking. You guys like Antonio Brown? Ooh. Anyway, so corner. Oh, no. Middle linebacker. I have. That's where you're going to see my first and only undrafted. Peanut, Young, Board, and Alaga. Peanut, Young, Board, and Alaga. Those are my 4. Corners. Humphrey, Smith, Cyrus Jones, Averett, Carr. And Kennedy. That's what I have right now. I think because of the injury, I think they're gonna keep Kennedy. I think they're gonna keep Kennedy. Kennedy plays specials fairly good, so I think they're gonna keep Kennedy. Safeties: Jefferson, Levine, Thomas, Clark, and Elliott. And then punter, Gog, Tucker, and then long snapper, Cox. I don't feel like there's that many surprises, right? I think Alaka, he's in a bubble. I think he's played well enough. He's a contributor in special teams. I think Kennedy might make this team because you need that corner depth, especially you need some experience in that slot. And Cyrus Jones, not my favorite. I think he's played well enough to make the team. And Willis, I'm not sold on Willis. I do think Mac has been decent. So, okay, guys. My pick coming soon. Damian Williams. What do you guys think about Damian Williams, running back from KC? Antonio Brown. There it is. It's my time. Let me see here. What players? Montgomery, Mac. You know what? Let me see. I'm gonna go with Keenan Allen. I'm gonna go with. You like Williams, Corey? I like Allen. Do you guys like Allen or Keenan, or you like Allen or Williams better? I only had 2 picks: DeAndre Hopkins and Connor, and I have another draft starting like in 10 minutes. But I have Connor and D-Hawk. So I'm thinking Keenan Allen. Or Williams. That's what I am. Williams, Allen, Williams. Damn. Guys, I'm all over the place. Oh, man. 53 seconds. Okay, I'm gonna let me see some. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Damian. I'm gonna go with Williams. I'm picking very soon again, by the way, so I might be able to snatch Allen or Antonio Brown. It is a PPR. By the way, shout out to Harry Holland. Thank you for joining. So let me see some comments, and then you guys can put comments on my 52-man roster. Defensively, so our Warriors, yeah. So yesterday they were acting like our defense was just trash. And then Damien says yesterday the Steelers, Brown, and Bengals podcaster were hating our lack of depth in our defense, but how are they about to flame us when none of those teams compare to the defensive ability? I don't know. I mean, I think we have more depth than they have, to be honest. The concern with Lamar, I understand it. Lamar last year didn't show us much. He has shown me this year how he has looked, and that's all I care. And he will have to show it now in the season, but he has made leaps and bounds. And what I was telling them, because the Steelers guy Tony, he was very funny. He was like, "Oh, we had the formula. We're gonna do what the Chargers did, blah blah blah." And I said, "Dude, tell me who's your best corner. Chargers have a bunch of good corners and a bunch of fast defensive back guys. Who's your one corner? Hayden? Hayden can't run anymore. Artie Burns." So yeah, we got in. If you haven't seen it, guys, go check it in the video. We got into a very heated discussion and there was 3 against 1 for a moment. I would say I thought the Ravens were being disrespectful, but the disrespect is in another level. It wasn't another level. I was surprised. Okay, so my pick is next. I have, and unless the guy picks him up, Keenan Allen is still there. Antonio Brown, Stephon Diggs, and Zach Ertz. So here says Lamar was a real winner, fumbling 50 times and not being able to convert 6-yard quick slants in the playoff game. So again, last year's playoff game was very different. Which I was trying to explain, X-Men. The last year, our OC handcuffed Lamar. the box was stocked, and they were saying like, you keep running, you keep running. Okay, let me see here. So the guy picked Antonio Brown. I'm thinking about going with Keenan Allen. What do you guys think? Or Stephon Diggs? I'm gonna go with Keenan Allen. Okay, so let me see here. So, focusing on the bad playoff game. Oh, and by the way, X-Men, this is something I don't know which fan base it is. And by the way, thank you for coming to the stream. I love it. Point Gentry just made it, and I love having fan base from the other team. Unless you're just trolling here, just making no sense. Arguments they had good points yesterday, right? I just think they were wrong, but I do see some of their points. But my point, when they were talking about our bad playoff game, all I had to say for all three teams was like, yes, we lost. Where were you? Sitting in the couch because you didn't win the North. That's it. That is it. Okay, so here's X-Men. You're focusing on one back. Okay, yeah. Colin Cowherd predict us going 8-8. What a lame. Yeah, but something that he also predicted was basically the division was tight, and I do see a tight division. I think us 11-5, 10-6 for the Browns, 9-7. That's roughly where I am right now. Artie bumps toast. Ertz Brown. Yeah, they pick up Brown, so I ended up picking Keenan Allen. The playoffs game will have a bad taste in everybody's mouth. Lamar's a winner since college. Yeah, and that's the other thing. Lamar has all he's done is win. Grid, okay, Howard on the 5th round. The only team that can talk any trash in our division are the Clowns. I agree. They have a talent, but I hope they employ Kitchens and an experienced coach. There's Point Gentry. What up, my bro? And guys, by the way, we're closing into 500. And what I'm thinking is for the 500, next time that I do a live, I'm probably once we hit 500, probably gonna do a giveaway for everybody that is in the live stream. I have a machine here that just picks a random winner. So yeah, so I did pick up Allen, guys. I did pick up Allen because one of the main 3 tight ends drafted Kelsey, Ertz. It is, but you know who I have, Danny? I have Mandrews. That's the guy that I'm loving Mandrews. Yeah, Lamar's a beast. He's gonna make passing 5,000 passes, and yeah, but again, X-Men. What was my point last night? I said 3,200 is what I'm looking. Keenan over Diggs. That's what I'm 3,200. 200 passing yards a game. I think that's perfectly doable. Plus his running ability. Besto, what up, man? Thank you for joining. I'm gonna win this league. We'll see. I like the confidence. And even if Lamar was to throw 5K, it will still be criticized and running. Yeah. Lamar can win. For a while, he won't be able to win. What is the best option for left guard? I like what I seen from Powers, but Illuminor and Game 2 of the preseason look good. So I think they're going to try to push Illuminor. And then if he's not playing well, then it's going to be a very short fuse. That's what I think, Muhammad. I actually watched the first few quarters of the Browns' 3rd preseason game, and Saitler Trey will so the O-line is problematic for the Browns. Javon B, I think the Colts losing Andrew Luck makes room for 3 teams in the AFC to make the one thing that I said yesterday is the Colts should try to trade for Andy Dalton. They have enough talent to compete. I think Andy Dalton will be good enough for them to make the playoffs. Ramon's going to get hammered trying to run. If they run like he did again last year, but how is he going to be accurate in one off season? Just don't see it. We'll see. Again, X-Men, I understand your skepticism. Wait and see. And enjoy the ride. Enjoy it. It's going to be good. I get so scared drafting Ravens, RBs, and Titans because we have so much depth. I'm not in love with drafting the running backs for the Ravens unless it's later in the pick. Like, I'm more in depth. I see the Steelers being that good of a team. Says Harry. I think we will struggle. Let me hold on here for a moment. Let me see. Okay. I think we will struggle. Wait. I think their offense is solid, but that's it. Their defense will cost them. Okay, guys. So I'm gonna do some calls as I'm doing the draft. Like I said, I'm doing a bunch of stuff right now. So if you want to call, talk about the 53-man roster, you're more than welcome to. And if not, put comments. I think last year's, like I said, you can expect more of what we saw yesterday for me. More behind enemy lines. And hold on, because I need to be ready for this other draft. The other draft is my work league. Damn, also almost second to last. That's the 10th pick out of the 12th. That sucks. Okay. Guys, I was having some problems with the phone calls earlier today, so if you see any problems, let me know. Like, if you're trying to call and doesn't come in, let me know. Let me see here, because I see everybody's loving X-Men. By the way, X-Men, I love it. I love the challenge. Okay, so I hear... Okay, very good. Who do I have in the line?
Hi, this is Muhammad here.
Who is it?
Muhammad.
Oh, Muhammad, what up? Guys, can you hear him? Put a thumbs up if you can hear him, because I just did some changes. I want to make sure you can hear Muhammad. Before you talk, I want to make sure people can hear you. We're just in a little delay, so it might takes like 20 seconds. 24, barely. Oh, you can barely hear him. Okay, can you talk now, Muhammad?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I think I up your dBs, hopefully, meaning your sound level. Hopefully they can hear you. Okay, so guys, he's not talking, by the way, because I saw some thumbs down. So Muhammad, what do you think? Who's making this team? What are your expectations for this team? Yeah, you tell me.
My main concern is with the slot cornerback. What do you think, Elliott? Do you think we can just unleash him? Because I like his attitude. He plays like a raven.
For sure. He definitely plays like a Raven, and you guys, for the ones who have followed me, him and Kenny Young are probably one of my two top young guys that are not early draft picks. Love Elliott. Him in the slot, I think you can use him occasionally. I don't think he is as shifty, and also I'm not sure how he will be in a consistent basis playing just man defense all the time. I think they like Cyrus Jones. I don't think he's completely the answer. I prefer probably Averett, but you will see Elliott used more, especially like mid half of the season and later. So I like Elliott, but yeah, as a safety, his shiftiness is not there. His attitude is there. I agree. He's a dog. He plays hard. He's a punisher. He looks for the ball, but he also takes not the greatest of angles. What I've seen in the preseason. He also sometimes over pursuits. So a lot of good things. He might be rusty too. He didn't play as much last year. He only played one preseason game, and he was a 5th-round pick. I like the potential that I have with Elliott, and I think they will use him a little bit in the slot, but I don't think he is your answer on every play slot corner. I think they're gonna try Cyrus Jones. I prefer if they keep Averett.
So, what do you think the chances are we pick somebody else from other rosters?
In the cornerback side, I don't think that's gonna be the case. I think they're gonna give the opportunity to their guys. On left guard, they might. Like, if they really don't like Illuminor, they might look to trade for a guard. Pass rusher, maybe. If they're not in love with what they have. So it's either, if they're trading, I think it's either going to be outside rusher or left guard. That's it. I don't see us going for a corner, a receiver, obviously not a running back, and the rest of the position in the line are pretty locked. is that left guard position, if they're not in love with Illuminor and Powers, which I can argue, I would love to just let them try it. The outside backer, if they really think they just need. The problem is, I think that the guys that are going to be available is just going to be another guy of the same guys that they have. So that's why, for all the talks about trades, I don't think we make any trades as it's before the opener.
So my only concern is with the guard or the center position.
Mm-hmm.
Can we run effectively? Because we did so good last year.
Yep.
So do you think it's going to be more like 2018, where the line, the individual parts may not be great, but they come together, and the threat of Lamar is enough to kind of make the running game, productive.
Yeah, I think that's exactly it. You still have Yanda, hell of a blocker. Stanley, hell of a blocker. Zeus is a pretty good blocker. Skur's a smart guy. He's not my favorite, but he is a good center. I will say he's above average center. And then the left guard is the big question mark. And I think the threat of Lamar, the misdirection, that's what makes this running game. Look, if you think about it, last year the O-line was essentially the same. And then, sorry man, let me just pick somebody real quick here. I'm gonna go with this guy. Sorry, that's the draft. Sorry for the sound. But the threat of Lamar running, that's what's gonna push this team's running game. I think the O-line itself, if you remember, Flacco's running game was very pedestrian. It wasn't great.
Right.
So, yeah, I think just having Lamar there, if you think about it in a jet sweep, you have that person coming in a misdirection, the running back that can come between the tackles, and you still have Lamar. That's going to free so many people in the defense. That's how you run the ball.
So that's my only concern is the slot corner and the left guard position, because if we can handle that, I feel like the floor is 10-6, and I like our chances as a wild card, because I feel like Ravens, when they are the wild card, they can beat any given team on any given Sunday.
I agree. Give me a quick second here. Sorry. Okay, I agree with you. I think there's no team that scares me. It's something that I said before. This team is equipped to beat pretty much any team, and they can. They can beat any team. The biggest question is, can Lamar be consistent? If he can be consistent, I think. Again, my prediction is 11-5. 10-6, sure. 10-6 was last year. That's what I said last night. 10-6 is just one more win than last year. 11-5. Me saying 11-5 is not something completely out of left field. I feel this defense is actually a little bit better than last year.
Yeah, I feel like we are better in coverage. I mean, nothing to take away from CJ Mosley. We always had to game plan for Mosley on the coverage side. So I feel like with Peanut and Young, we are better in coverage. And on running downs, we can use Alaka. What do you think about LB that way?
No, I don't feel like we need Alaka. I think they're just going to push having Young, having Bohr, and Peanut. Peanut is super aggressive. Yeah, he's not the biggest dude, but he's super aggressive, and he's a very short tackler. Same thing with Young. To be honest, Bohr is all over the place for me. Sometimes I see a lot of good things for him. Sometimes I see like things that I'm like, he needs to get better. But as a unit, they're good. Alaka, he's played decent, and he is a thumper. But the problem is, if they play action him, they're going to just eat him up. So I think Alaka will be like Bohr last year, a guy that you use him a lot in the special team, and he's going to be your middle linebacker, but not a guy that you're going to count for him like to be to play a lot of significant time.
I only say that because Young played so good, but he dropped off after like midpoint in the season.
Hmm.
Do you see, was that because he was a rookie?
Definitely.
What do you see from Young?
No, definitely. I think rookies sometimes hit a rookie wall at some point in the season. The season in the NFL it is longer, and it is a tougher sport. Meaning, the punishment that your body's taking is harder in the pro league than in the rookie league. Um, and last year, Peanut overtook his position, and Peanut has looked awesome. So I think between Young and Board, they will be fine in the middle linebacker position. They should be more than adequate. They should be very solid.
So my other question is, since Patrick is doing so good on DL side, do you feel like, because I'm worried about pass rush, but I think interior is more important. So do you think like Patrick did some good thing like on rushing on third downs? Do you think he'll get a chance on pass rush?
Well, no. So the middle linebackers, as they are for pass rushing downs, they are coming as a blitz. So at that point,
Right, right,
it's more the scheme. It's more like hiding the blitz. They're not doing anything special. If anything, they're just trying to shut up blocker and trying to get there very fast. Um, versus the outside rushers, those are trying to beat a one-on-one man. The middle linebackers or corners coming from a blitz side is more like we're trying to hide a blitz. We're trying to make them, you know, not read that we're coming down to blitz. So that's the main thing. Um, but yeah, I think Patrick, you will see him coming in blitzes, but that's not gonna be his main job. Meaning that you will see him more being the general on the middle linebacker field.
okay, okay.
Any other questions?
No, I mean the only thing that worries me is like when Eagles played us, like when their first team was there, our line didn't handle them really good. I mean, we didn't have all the starters there, but
Are you talking about the
what do you
offensive
think?
line?
Yeah, offensive line. Like I don't know what we're gonna do. Like if they have a dominant, like Bengals have good
Yep,
interior
I
rushers.
got you.
Steelers, like that's what I'm worried about. Like how we gonna handle, because if Lamar doesn't have time in the pocket, I feel like he'll resort back to, you know, some mechanics will get affected. That's what I'm worried about.
And that's a good. I mean, that's an obvious concern. I think biggest thing to take away was the Eagles' first series. They used their first team D linemen, and we had
Mm,
two starters. Yeah, we had only two starter O linemen.
right,
So it's not a fair comparison. Yes, they should have beaten us. Meaning those matches should have been in the favor of the Eagles side versus in the favor of
right.
the Ravens side. So I'm not as concerned as that game. Their preseason game used to be the one that used to tell you a lot. Yeah, that
Mhm.
doesn't happen anymore. Okay?
Okay, okay. I'm really hopeful. I think it's just the O line and the slot corner. That's the only two concerns I have.
And they're understandable. But anyway, I'll let you go just in case somebody else wants to call. Mohammed, I appreciate your call. Anytime the phone lines are open, you're more than welcome to call, man. Thank you for joining the live stream and thank you for being a subscriber.
Thank, thank you. You're the best, Sony. Thanks.
Thank you, bro. Okay, guys, lines are open in case somebody else wants to call. Like I was telling, yes, as a Ravens fans, there are some question marks. Every team has some question marks in this division. I think our question marks are more in the left guard and the outside rusher, but I think we can overcome both of them. So who do I have in the line?
Hello.
Yes,
Oh, hey, how you doing, man?
who is this?
Uh, kind of beat down crew the last time.
Who is? Can you speak up a little bit? Cause I can I hear you as much?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Who is this?
Beat down crew from
Oh,
last
yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah. Beat down. What up, man? Thank you for calling.
Oh no.
How are you, man?
Oh, I'm doing decent.
So, what are your questions, concerns, worries?
Well, I want to. Well, this question kind of comes from. Well, actually, you know that stream that you did yesterday.
Yep.
and all like those three, they were talking about how the defense is gonna be bad because the linebackers and pass rush, and it kind of riled me up because it's like you're right. Like we pass rush by committee. Like we we never had a dominant pass rush since Dimmerville. Like
Yeah.
even Terrell Suggs during his prime, during when he got old, he was getting 7 to 6 sacks, and they were acting like Sedarius Smith was a Pro Bowler. Like he's a okay player, but he's not. He's not an elite player. Like there were games that he would disappear, and we seen that.
I agree.
And
Yeah, go ahead.
and
Sorry.
and Green Bay, they're asking him to be a 10, 12 sack guy. I don't think he can. Maybe he will, but we need to see. And then with C.J. Mosley, yes, his coverage ability is, I'd say, average at best. But he's only good against the run. His coverage skills are bad. Like, he was getting beat by average tight ends. That kind of says a lot.
Yeah, so for CJ, I always say CJ does give a bad rep in some cases because the thing with CJ is yes, he's not the best, and I always tell the guys because I had this discussion with other Ravens YouTubers. There's not a lot of middle linebackers that are really good in man. There's just not. Our guys, the ones that we kept, Peanut, Young, they might be slightly better. CJ thrived on zone because he have a knack for the ball. But under Wink, that was not the defense that we were playing. We are being just manning up most of the plays. So I do think we took a small hit on the middle linebacker side, but I thought we took a bigger gain on the safety side. And from the outside rushers, my point to them, and what I was telling them was like, you think it's very different from last year because you don't see 55. Reality is 55's production was like an average player lately. And I love Terrell Suggs. He's my boy. Wish he would have stayed one extra year. He can retire as a Raven. It's going to be weird seeing him in red. But he was another guy. And that's what we have. We have a committee of pass rushers. And like that's how we produce the numbers. Are we great in the pass rushing side? No. We're average. Last year, we were average as well. Our corners take a lot of that slack. And the reality is, we weren't producing turnovers last year. And my expectation is, this year, we will produce turnovers with ET.
Understood.
And,
of course, I want.
Go ahead.
Okay, another question I want to ask: do you think Willie Henry is gonna break out? Because I've watched videos on him, and he has the potential to be that interior pass rush. But the biggest problem is he can't stay healthy. Do you think this is his last chance?
Well, this is a contract year, so this is his year to dominate. The biggest thing with Henry is health. If he can stay healthy, I think he can be dominant. The thing also is, if he can stay healthy, look, your D-line looks better because D-linemen just rotate. I know we like to think about starters, but in the D-line, yeah, you have your 3 main starter, but those main 3 starters barely play together. You think... hold on, because I have to draft here. I apologize. Let me do this very quickly.
It's good. I understand. Well,
okay, and you're gonna hear this bell again because it's coming again. What I was gonna say is, what I was saying. Oh, Henry. Oh, so the stars on the D line. So you will see if Henry's balling, you can see Pierce and Henry together, maybe with Patrick Ricard, maybe with Zyler, and then on the flip side, then you can see Brandon Williams with Wormley, right, and Mac. And that is a good rotation of guy. Those 2 sets, you pulling them in, and sometimes you might see all beef up for a goal line stand. You know, but in the D lineman, the rotation is very important. And now Wormley, I love what I've seen from Wormley. So if Henry can produce and be the guy that he has flash and stay healthy, I think he can be really, really good.
I agree. I completely agree with that. But it's all stayed on health.
Exactly. For
Now,
Henry's health, for sure.
now this is another question. Like this is like hypothetical. Like if our pass rush, when it comes to the outside, isn't that good and it's bad, do you see the Ravens possibly trading for Clowney or the guy from Jacksonville in Gotway? I tried butcher
Yeah.
his last name.
Yeah. So the funny thing is, and this is something that I see in the chat, right? So we're talking about Ngagwe or Clowney.
Clowney.
Yeah, like if you can trade for them a third round pick, you do it tomorrow. You do it literally tomorrow. And let me pick here. I apologize because I don't want to be disrespectful to you. Let me just pick somebody real quick. Okay, so if you think about it, oh damn, oh this is horrible. Anyway, if you give up a third round pick for them, for one of those two guys, you're getting that third round pick probably in return the following year. So if you get a third round pick, you don't lose anything. The question is, would you be willing to give up a second round? I think if you're desperate, you are. In my opinion, I don't know, because Ngagwe for me is more like a DN and a 4-3 than an outside backer. The times that I've seen him, I'm not going to lie, I haven't seen him much. Clowney does play more the outside backer position, which is more of a fit. My problem with Clowney is he gets injured so much. So if you can give Clowney a short-term deal and bring him in for a third, you do it for a second, maybe, if the money's not super expensive. But if it is for a third, you just do it. Because if you're going to lose him, you're going to get that third back. Guarantee. You're going to get that third. Well, like nothing guaranteed in this world other than death, but probably you're going to get that third back. On the compensation side. That's what I'm saying. So if he leaves the following year with a big contract, then you figure you're going to get that third round pick back.
I agree. But in my sense, if I had to choose which one, I would choose in Gotway because he seems like he's a lot more cheaper than Clowney because I think Clowney wants more. I think he wants that big money.
Yes, he does want that big money. And you know what? I don't know if he's worth it because of injury history. So
Yes,
time will
that
tell.
too. I kind of agree. That injury history, like I think there's been only like 2 or 1 season he's been fully healthy.
Yeah, he hasn't been healthy by much, but when he is on the field, he does play good. So again, if the Texans are really desperate to get him away, I'd call them and like, here's the third. Now, I'd be willing to do a second, but that's where I end. Maybe a second and a fourth, but not more than that. That's where I end. Because then the reality is you're going to probably lose in the following year.
Agreed. Because, well, you have a choice. Either pay Clowney or pay Deshaun Watson or fix that old line. You know?
Yeah, and I think the O-line is not necessarily... Look, you have both tackles young and healthy. They should be good. Center, probably good. If not, Boseman should be able to be ready to pick it up. Yanda, that's the one that you have to start getting worried about bringing a guy for him. And Powers, I think eventually he's going to be the starter. I like what I've seen from him. He should be really good. So your O-line should be building. It's just a young O-line. Minus Yanda, it is a very young O-line.
I agree. I completely agree. Now, I'm going on the offensive side.
Okay.
Okay. I do like do you think Lamar Jackson has the potential to do what Kaepernick did when he got a chance to start? Because we got his coordinator.
Yep.
Do you think Lamar Jackson's numbers will be similar to Colin Kaepernick?
I think Lamar can put numbers like Kaepernick, maybe slightly better. I think Lamar has currently a better team around him than what Kaepernick had back then. And Lamar is special. I think the guy can produce. Again, I think it's a realistic goal to expect from Lamar 3,200 yard passing, around 700 yards rushing. Let's say maybe 20 passing touchdowns and like 6 rushing, and that's a good season for him. Plus the other offense that you're gonna have from the running backs, and I think this team, like I was telling last night, this team is dynamic. It has a lot of layers of that they can produce. They can key you with speed on the short routes, long routes, skinny posts, long post, drag routes, flats, curl routes. I mean, this team has players that can run all different. We haven't even talked about Boykins, which I think he is a hell of a receiver coming out this year.
Oh, I agree. And another thing I want to say that I personally think Lamar Jackson is a better quarterback than Baker Mayfield because I respect Baker Mayfield. Can you really trust him with these off-field issues? What he's doing, he's gonna if he has that. I like him. I do think he has potential to be an elite quarterback, but what he's doing is kind of, and it kind of feels like, can you really trust Freddie Kitchens to control him when things don't go well? If him and Odell get into it,
Well, I don't know. I mean, that's definitely a question. I do think, and if you're completely honest, I think Baker currently is a better quarterback than Lamar Jackson. Can Lamar be better than Baker? Possibly. What Lamar has is he's more dynamic, and if his accuracy gets way better, then you can argue that it's harder to prepare for Lamar, and he can potentially be a better quarterback than Baker. But currently, Baker was a top quarterback in the league. I would say he was top 12 at least. And there's no diminish on Lamar. I think Lamar has progressed a lot. And again, I went to 2 open practices, and I went to the preseason game, and I watched all his snaps. And he has looked better than last year. Now, if he can produce that in the football field, I think you have an argument that Lamar could be better than Baker. But currently, Baker showed it last year on the field, and then Lamar hasn't. But yeah, there's a lot of feuds in Cleveland that can implode, and that is problematic, and we'll see with time.
we'll see. But at the same time, which quarterback took this into the playoffs?
That is
I ain't
true.
see Baker in the playoffs.
That I agree with that sentiment. I completely agree with that sentiment. I had no beef with Lamar. I love Lamar, and I think he's a winner. And my argument last night to them was like, you might criticize Lamar all you want. Who made it to the playoffs? We were out of the playoffs. We were 4-5. We made it to the playoffs. Dude is special. I love Lamar. I do love Lamar, and I love how our team is constructed with Lamar.
Agreed. I do think this has potential to at least top 15, maybe top 10, but I'm going with top 15.
The offense?
Yeah, top
Yeah,
15.
yeah. Oh, top 15 for sure. I will say this offense is probably like right around 10th. That's what I see, 10th, 11th. That's where I seen this offense. And the defense, in my opinion, is the top 5 defense. So that is a recipe for playoffs.
Agreed.
Any other questions?
Nah, I think I'm gonna let you go because I'm pretty sure you got other people wanting to call you.
No, bro, but thank you for calling here, and I'm sorry for all the sounds for drafting. It's crazy because I just want to make sure I did a live draft. I wanted to throw my 53, and I had 2 drafts going at the same time. Plus, I love talking to you guys. Plus, you guys can give me feedback as how bad am I doing. I appreciate your call. I appreciate you being a subscriber, bro. Thank you.
No problem. Peace.
Yeah. Okay, guys, so here's questions, and I see Coach answering a lot of questions. Shout out to Coach. If you haven't been a subscriber to Coach, go check out his channel. Can Tony Jefferson be like Reed and Pollard tandem? They could, in my opinion, Ravens 76 be more. They could be like Reed and Pollard. Tony is big hitter, but a short hitter. Like, he can tackle, and he will wrap up and take you and bring you down. On the other side, Earl's dynamic, and he plays the ball. Also a punisher. So I love what I can see from these two teams, from these two players, safety tandem. Who will feel the best for Taylon Young in the slot? I think they're gonna give the opportunity to Cyrus. You might see Cyrus playing this week. I would like to see Averett there instead of Cyrus, but I think it's gonna be a committee. AJ Creedon. Should we use 4 or 5 outside linebackers? Outside linebackers package more on third down. I think Wink likes, and this is from Muhammad, I think Wink likes to keep it fresh. Sometimes you're going to see everybody standing up. Sometimes you see your traditional 3 people on the dirt, 4th or 5 people on the dirt, and then somebody coming out on the corner blitz or on the linebacker blitz. Sometimes you see a lot of people on the line and nobody comes to blitz. So last year I saw Pierce covering, right? I love what Wink does. This is the opinion of people, right? I'm just trying to be fair. I think Baker is currently better. Lamar will never throw like Baker, but I haven't seen any running back or wide receiver make the miss people on the open field like he does. I think Lamar's special, dude. He's a playmaker. That's best scenario for Lamar. He's a playmaker and he's a really good quarterback. I was telling the guys yesterday, the way you're gonna see from Lamar is a guy that is above average as a quarterback, right? A good quarterback, not elite, a good quarterback that can be as dynamic as a running back. That's where I see. Damn, guys, I need help again. I have Robbie Anderson, Sanders, and Fuller. Oh wait, I have another pick here. Man, let me see here. I had too many running backs. I cannot pick any more running backs. Corey Davis, Eli Fitzgerald. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and pick. Corey Davis. Oh, that's my pick here. Sorry guys, it's like literally both leagues came out at the same time. Ridley got picked, I feel like way early. Okay, what's your sack projection? Who's the leading sack leader for us, I guess? I got Judah, McPhee, Williams, Bowser. Judah, I think it will crack 10. I think that's where he's gonna be at 10. Judah is in a contract year, so he has to produce if he wants to get paid. So I think Judah will be good. McPhee, I think, what was it, McPhee? 4? Yeah, that's about right. I think interior defensive line will have at least 3. And I think Williams probably going to have 4 or 5. And you will see Ferguson nagging at 1 or 2. So, but again, it's just going to be a contribution of a bunch of guys. I keep going back to that. So let me see here. Sorry, I guess it's my turn very soon. Phone lines are open if anybody else wants to call in. Jimo is the doctor. What up, Jimo? Thank you for joining the live stream. And X513, I didn't shout out to you for joining the live stream. And we're going to an hour. And again, this is roughly what I wanted to. Draft pause. What the hell did draft pause here? I don't know what happened. Sorry for all these sounds. Let me mute that. Oh wait, it's my turn here. Okay, so what I was saying. Oh, so for those of you, again, I'm doing 2 drafts at the same time, plus taking questions here. Anyway, so it's been an hour, guys. Last week, I thought I was at practice. I know, man. I was like, what the hell? It looks like they had a 1 minute pause in this draft for some effing reason. So, okay. So again, let me read you my 53-man roster real quick here. Lamar, RG3, McSorley, Ingram on the running back with Edwards and Hill. Wide receiver will be Brown, Snead, Floyd, Boykins, Moore, Scott. Okay, we have a phone call here. Oh, we lost it. Whoever it was, can you please call back? Let me see if I can call you back. My time to draft. It's my time to draft.
Sorry, man. I accidentally touched my whatever it's called, decline button.
It's okay. No, it's okay, man. So who's this?
My name's Carlo.
Okay, Carlo. Shout out to you. I think this is your first time calling, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for calling. Thanks for calling the SCG. I need to make this a like a Ravens call or something like that segment.
Yeah.
But hey, shout out to you. Thank you for calling. So what up? Any questions? Any hot takes that you have?
Let's see. How do you think Mark Ingram's gonna do this year?
I think Mandrews is gonna be fine. I think he is. It helps that he has a lot of different playmakers here. I think the tight end productivity is gonna be distributed a little bit, but last year his production was good, and he only started in 4 games. He was basically good on the later part of the year. If he's healthy, 16 games, I think he's gonna be floating between 700 or 800 yards, which is really good for a tight end. And I think he's gonna be around 6 TDs is what I'm hoping that he has. So I'm actually need to target him here soon. So yeah, I love what Ingram can produce, or not Ingram, Andrews, and I think Andrews is gonna be great for this offense.
Yeah. I had one more question because I actually got to go.
Okay.
You think Hayden Hurst is a bust or
No.
Jim?
I think Hayden Hurst just was unfortunately he got injured, but what I see from him from camp has been really good. I'm very excited what I've seen from him. So yeah, I'm not down on Hayden Hurst. I think he's gonna be good. Is he gonna be as good as Andrews? They're very different how they play. Hayden Hurst is very dynamic, very fast, very quick, versus Andrews is not as quick, but what Andrews is, he's a bully. If you ever seen him playing, in the practice, I saw him very close. Dude knows how to use his body. He pushes. He's just a bully. Versus Hayden doesn't do that as much. He will try to run over you once he has the ball, but when he doesn't have the ball, he's just trying to beat you with quickness.
Well, all right, man. I gotta go.
No, that's cool, man. Thank you for calling.
Yeah. All right. See you, dude.
Take care, man. Let me see here. I think I'm gonna draft Lamar Jackson. By the way, they're leaving him there. They're not believing in my boy. This is my work league. Let me see here. Yeah, I think it's about time to get LJ. Oh, but I have Mark Andrews, guys. Who should I pick? Lamar or Mark Andrews? Decisions. You guys tell me, who should I pick? Did he ask for Ingram? Well, if I can pick both, I will pick both. But the reality is, I don't think... Oh, wait, shit. It's my turn. So I went with Andrews. My hope is nobody picks Lamar. Because I'm picking a couple more picks. And I'll pick Lamar. If he's there, I'll pick Lamar. Definitely, I'll pick Lamar. Marcus, you'll see, man. You're going to take so many L's from me in our league. You'll be fine. Don Dimelo, what up, man? Thank you for coming to the live stream. Johnny Williams saying, guys, and by the way, thank you for joining the live stream. This is very impromptu. I think tomorrow I'm going to be with Noobs also. So this week, and as season is starting, you should see during the week a lot of videos from me. At least one, let me see, 1, 2, 3. I would say 3 videos per week. for this channel and help me get to 500. I'm very close. I'm very excited that I'm almost at 500. Obviously, the goal is to be 1K before the season ends. I don't, not season, before the year ends. I don't know if I'm gonna be there, but we'll see. I think Julio Scott is, if the Ravens can put him in the practice squad, I think that's what the Ravens will prefer. But he's gonna be used. I think he makes the team. He's gonna be used situationally in the red zone. I think that's where you're gonna see him. And then as he get more comfortable, then on a 3rd and 4, where you maybe isolate him, you fake the run, and then he's one-on-one with that big body. That's where you want him to push out. New merch. Yeah, I need to build my merch. This is my shirt, as you can see. I'm gonna push that soon. Let me draft Lamar Jackson. I think I'm gonna do one of these shirts, but with all the Ravens name in between the S. So guys, a logo or a shirt that I want to push in at some point this year. If you haven't seen my Terrell Suggs and the Iron Throne t-shirt, I want to make the same, but with Lamar Jackson there. So anyway, I was gonna do 53 man. If anybody wants to call between that, if not, then I'm gonna start shutting down the live stream. So I was saying, like I said, Lamar, RG, and McSorley, running back Ingram, Edwards, and Hill. No surprise, I don't think Dixon makes the team. Brown, Boykins need more. Floyd and Scott are my last two on there because Seth Roberts is injured. If Seth can make this team, then Floyd is the guy that I will push out and put Roberts there. Stanley with Hurst is the backup tackle, and Brown on the right side. Illuminor left guard. Yanda on the right guard. Powers is the backup guard for now. Skura center and Bozeman backup. Patrick Ricard is the fullback. Hurst, Anderson, Boyle the tight ends. No, not my turn. Defensive side, William and Henry the D tackle. Pierce and Mack the nose. Wormley and Zeiler are going to be the ends. Judah, McPhee, Bowser, Williams, and Ferguson are going to be my outsides. Peanut, Young, Bohr, Alaka are my middle linebackers. I have Alaka as an undrafted making this team. Remember, Patrick Ricard will also be your DEDT. I have Humphreys, Averett, Smith, Carr, Jones. And I have Kennedy making it also. He's decent in special teams, and I think he can play your emergency corner if need to. Jefferson, Levine, Thomas, Clark, and Elliott, your safeties, and obviously the Wolf Pack. Okay, so I will say I'm gonna finish the live stream because also I know Coach wants to do his live stream. Go check out his 53-man roster. I'm gonna try to finish this draft. It's going crazy here. But guys, thank you for joining the live stream. Tomorrow should be there with Nuvo. Next Monday there is gonna be a big stream, big collab, so stay tuned. 9 p.m. should be a promo coming up soon. I don't think any big surprises cut this week in Marcus. Nah, I don't see it. So, but who knows? But anyway, I'm gonna shut it here. From here, go to Coach's Sip to Tally. He's on there in the chat. Go to his channel. He's gonna have a live stream. So I will see you guys next time. Peace out. Be more.